Next, I have here 3 times the quantity of 4x minus 1 squared minus 1 is equal to 11. So, since meron tayong minus 1 dito, ilipat na muna natin siya. So, that will become 3 times the quantity of 4x minus 1 squared is equal to 12. So, 11 plus 1. Kaya naging 12 tayo. So, since meron tayong 3, para matanggal natin si 3, divide both sides by 3. So, makakancel na natin ngayon si 3. What's left is 4x minus 1 squared is equal to 4. Bakit naging 4? Kasi dinivide nga natin siya sa 3. So, 12 divided 3 is equal to 4. So, get the square root of both sides. So, we will now have the square root of the square of quantity 4x minus 1 is equal to the square root of 4. So, we will have 4x minus 1 is equal to positive or negative 2. So, again, since ang 2 natin ay pwede raw positive and negative, magkakaroon ulit tayo ng dalawang equation. So, the first equation is 4x minus 1 is equal to 2 at yung isa naman mamaya ay 4x minus 1 is equal to negative 2. So, laging ganon. So, let's solve first the first equation. 4x minus 1 is equal to 2. So, we have 4x is equal to 3. Why 3? Because 2, ililipat natin si 1, that will become positive. So, 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Next, divide both sides by 4. So, makakancel si 4 dun sa x. And then, we will have 3/4. And then, for our second equation, we have 4x minus 1 is equal to negative 2. So, ganun ulit, 4x is equal to negative 1. Bakit? Kasi negative 2, ililipat mo si negative 1. So, negative 2 plus 1, kaya naging negative 1. So, divide both sides by 4. So, we will now have x is equal to negative 1/4. Next, I have here the quantity of 2x minus 3 squared is equal to 18. So, get the square root of both sides. We have, so since wala naman tayong number outside the parenthesis, ibig sabihin, hindi na natin kailangang i-divide. So, ayan na siya. So, we will now have square root of 2x minus 3 squared is equal to square root of 18. So, yung 18 is not a perfect square. So, hanap tayo ng factors na merong perfect square kay 18. So, we have now 9 times 2. Si 9 ay perfect square. So, magiging 2x minus 3 is equal to positive or negative square root of 9 times square root of 2. Since again, si 9 ay perfect square, pwede na natin siyang ilabas. Magiging 2x minus 3 is equal to positive or negative 3 square root of 2. Ulitin ko, since positive at negative ito, ibig sabihin dalawang equations natin dito. So, we will have 2x minus 3 is equal to 3 square root of 2. Yung una natin ay positive. So, 2x is equal to 3. Ilipat natin si negative 3 plus copy nyo lang si 3 square root of 2. And then, we will have now x is equal to 3 plus 3 square root of 2 over 2. So, bakit naging x? Kasi, dinivide lang natin sila both sides by 2. On our second equation, we have 2x minus 3 is equal to negative naman ito. Negative 3 square root of 2. So, 2x is equal to 3. Lipat natin si negative 3. Minus 3 square root of 2. So, x is equal to 3 minus 3 square root of 2 over 2. So, again, divide lang natin both sides by 2. Okay. I have here 2 times the quantity of 5x plus 2 squared is equal to 64. So, first step, divide both sides by 2 since meron tayong 2 dito. So, para makancel natin si 2, so we now have 5x plus 2 squared, or the quantity of 5x plus 2 squared, is equal to 32 because 64 divided by 2. Since nag-divide tayo both sides by 2. So, naging 32 na lang siya. And then, get the square root of both sides. So, we now have the square root of the square of quantity 5x plus 2 is equal to the square root of 32. So, we now have get the factors of 32 na merong perfect square. So, since 16 times 2 is equal to 32 and 16 is a perfect square, so ito ang magagamit natin. So, we now have 5x plus 2 is equal to positive or negative square root of 16 times square root of 2. So, since si 16 ay perfect square, pwede natin siyang ilabas. Magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng 5x plus 2 is equal to positive or negative 4 square root of 2. So, ganun ulit. Since positive at negative siya, ibig sabihin, dalawang equations natin dyan. So, we have the first equation, 5x plus 2 is equal to positive 4 square root of 2. Solve for x. So, we will have 5x is equal to negative 2. Lipat natin si positive 2. And then, plus 4 square root of 2. So, divide both sides by 5. So, we will now have x is equal to negative 2 plus 4 square root of 2 over 5. On the other side, our second equation, negative naman. So, 5x plus 2 is equal to negative. Kanina, positive. Laging ganon, positive and negative. Negative 4 square root of 2. Solve for x, we have 5x is equal to negative 2. Lipat natin si positive 2. That will become negative 2. And then, minus 4 square root of 2. So, divide both sides by 5. We will come up with x is equal to negative 2 minus 4 square root of 2 over 5.